glad to say we're joined by Congressman Tom Emmer, the Majority Whip of the U.S. House of Representatives. Congressman, welcome back to Bloomberg TV and radio. It's great to see you. Are you in victory lap mode right now, or are you worried that this bill is going to crash into a wall in the Senate?
No, it's like coaches used to tell me as a kid, when you score, you're supposed to look like you've been there before, and you're going to be there a whole lot more. Now, we're moving on to the next thing, which is moving the appropriations process forward. That's what this was all about today. And look, it was a good day for the country because we passed the government funding bill, and I believe it's going to pass the Senate.
Well, Congressman, in the scenario that it doesn't pass the Senate, are you planning to come back to town?
Look, it should pass the Senate. If Chuck Schumer is serious about these foolish threats, he's felony dumb to let the government shut down, because he's going to own it. The continuing resolution that was sent over by the House, guys, is clean. I mean, completely clean. Yeah. It's nothing new. There's nothing partisan about it. It's just continuing the status quo. There's no reason to vote against that unless you want to play political games. And I'll tell you, not only will this hurt his entire Senate conference, it will hurt the Democrat Party. And I'll tell you what, it probably will guarantee that Virginia will have a Republican governor again.
Wow. You connected the dots on a couple of things there. Congressman, Democrats obviously want to have a debate about extending Obamacare subsidies. We should remind our viewers and listeners that the plan that you just passed, to your point, it continues what's already in place, was basically Joe Biden's budget, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same one that's been continuing since Trump was inaugurated. We did the same thing last March. The difference between last March and now, though, is that the House Appropriations Committee, which you all know is made up of both Republicans and Democrats, passed all 12 appropriations bills, passed several of them off the House floor. Right now, we had a formal motion to go to conference a couple weeks back. I think that's the first time that there's been a formal conference procedure done since maybe 2014. And Republicans and Democrats in the House have been in conference with Republicans and Democrats in the Senate. They're very close on 3 bills right now. And their belief is if given more time, they're going to be able to get the entire 26 appropriations package done at some point. So this was a step forward to getting that done and having the next budget.
Don't dare us to say regular order today, Congressman Emmer. I will say that I'm hearing a lot of folks.
That is the goal.
No, I know that. I'm being sarcastic. It's just not something that we're terribly used to, at least getting across the finish line. And I know that's the goal of yourself and the Speaker as outlined at the beginning of this Congress. But you're actually getting a lot of credit for this tactical move here. I don't know how much it was in the design to essentially jam the Senate. Here's the bill. We're taking off. And by the time we come back, there really won't be enough time to relitigate anything. So it's kind of a take it or leave it. Was that the purpose, or are you concerned about being accused of jamming the Senate?
Yeah, look, if you want to jam the Senate, then we would have put a bunch of our priorities in it, and we would have sent those over and gone home. We didn't do that. We effectively are leaving things the way they are. It is a nonpartisan continuing resolution. In fact, the only thing that was added to it is something that I think everyone here agrees on, Republican and Democrat, and everyone across the country should agree on. That is plussing up dollars for the executive branch security, for the Supreme Court justices' security, and for members of Congress, senators and representatives for our security. So this is a nonpartisan effort. The person that's going to get blamed primarily will be Chuck Schumer. And if he's making a decision to shut the government down to, like some speculate, to save his own political hide, well, he'll be destroying any chance of his party making a comeback, and he's going to cost him a governor's seat again.
Well, Congressman, just walk us through what the next 3 months of the year look like here. Are we back in negotiation mode right before Thanksgiving on November? If this does go through November 21st, what happens on November 22nd?
Well, you can't, there are human beings involved, but I think so you can't, it's kind of like the weather. I can make some forecasts for you, but they never have to be right. I do have to be right. So I'm not going to forecast something that I can't accurately predict. I can tell you what's going to happen now. The House Appropriators, even though we're not going to be in session until after the government funding deadline, the House will be adjourned. They will continue their negotiations on the 3 bills and other bills that the House and the Senate are going to try to tie up. And the goal would be to have as many of those done by November 21st, because as the whip, that will allow me to go to our members when I'm asking them for their support to say we're making progress. This is either all done or it's close to being done. It's moving in the direction that you want it to. If it doesn't, for some reason, if Democrats walk away from this process, which I haven't seen the rank and file necessarily walk away, I've just seen Hakeem and Schumer posturing as if they're walking away. But if that were to happen, again, then we'd have to sit down with the speaker and figure out what the next step is. And there are some ideas, but we're not there.
Really interesting. Lastly, Congressman, appreciate your generosity with your time today. I know it's a busy one. Democrats charge to extend the Obamacare subsidies that we were just mentioning, and this has been a kind of a long-running conversation now, is something that has split the parties here. I don't know what term you want to use, but I'm just wondering where you are personally on this. Not part of this CR, but when you get back to work and you're negotiating the next budget for the new year, is that something that you support? We saw polling from Tony Fabrizio's shop that showed the expiration of these subsidies could do a lot of damage to Republicans' chances in the midterms. I'm just wondering where you are in principle on that.
Yeah, well, first off, you got to understand the job I have. You will not get me to take a position because I've got members who are split on this. My job is not to tell them this is, you got to agree with me. My job is to say, all right, where are you at? What are you able to do? How is this going to work? What I do know is this, the continuing resolution that was just signed, our speaker said, this is about funding. This is a funding bill. We will be talking about that policy question before the end of the year because, of course, they expire at the end of the year.
Yes, sir. It's good to have you back with us. Congressman Tom Emmer, the majority whip, he got the bill passed, and it's great to have you back on Bloomberg TV and radio.